be acceptable to think of using colored pencils today?
I mean, I have them here. So I probably will use them because I think it'll be a good idea. I think it'll be a good idea. I'm probably gonna sketch this first with regular pencil. Let's do this, man.
Yeah.
Because if everybody else can catch up, there's like so much to do today that we might as well fire this thing.
Okay.
All right, so I'm starting with the wick. So the wick is like basically a rectangle, and it's a long, thin rectangle. It's got a little wiggle to it because it's like a cloth. And then that thing is broken down into a part that actually is singed and a part that isn't quite burnt yet. So we can use the classic like teardrop, like that teardrop shape. And then, you know, it can come to like a flame tip. Looks like there's 3 separate kind of flares, which is kind of cool. And then internally, there's going to be 3 sections. So you can start big and go small. You can start small and go big. I'll start small. And I think these are like, would ultimately be separate colors. So there's like this zigzag, and then there's the internal zigzag. It's a little bit bigger. And then, like, of course, the original part that we drew. Zoom. I can't zoom out, but I can lift up my, there. You can kind of see the whole flame that way. Now it's in focus. My flame's going off the page, but that doesn't matter. I'm kind of getting in tune with how light and how dark it is. My lines are pretty dark on the flame, and it's because I want my lines that represent the candle to be a little bit lighter. I don't know if you can see that, but maybe it makes it look like it's like a white candle because the lines are a little soft.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of cool. I could add like a candle drip.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, I've got a lot of candles. I usually have candles going actually. So when I saw this last minute, Alex, and I was like, ooh, yeah, we got to draw the candlestick. Cool. I mean, it's kind of that simple. The flame is in 3 parts. The wick is in 2 parts, and then the candle is just like one long rectangle. We could you know, kind of establish the bottom of the picture. I think I'm going to draw one of the birds in here. Let me zoom out a little bit. This whole composition looks like this. So it's got like these birds flying around the candle. So I'm gonna move this over. Let's try the bird. You can put you can put the bird wherever you want. I don't want to put him right under the flame, but maybe that's all right. So in order to sketch this bird, you'd basically need 2 simple circles. So the circle for the head, and then a slightly larger circle for the body. And it's almost like a miniature snowman. If you think about the original circle, you can do a couple things. I like to start in the middle. So the bird's head is divided into a gray part and a white part. So if you start with this little dip right here is the middle of the head. So the back of the head runs this way, and then you know where the beak is. So it's like the upper beak, the mouth is open, there's a lower beak. I feel like it should be more pointy, don't you think? To look like a beak. Who knows? It looks like they darkened the inside of the mouth too. Maybe he just keeps the beak nice and dark. This little dip in the gray part gives us the dark feathers on the top of the head, and then the eye. Upper eyelid, I always do first. Lower eyelid connected to the bottom. And then I guess there's a pupil and an iris in there. You catch a little teeny bit of the other eye on the far side of the circle. Cool. Ben, I'm muting you, bud.
Okay.
Good to see you, though. Nice spin. So let me do a quick one to catch you up. We're gonna
Okay.
do 2 circles, one for the body and then one for the head. And then in order to place the beak, I started with the little dip in the ridge.
Can I fast forward that so we know all the information?
And then there's a bottom beak. Then you see most of the left eye, and then a little teeny section of the right eye. And you can, it's up to you. The eye in this sketch, this is a Disney sketch. This is actually these original Disney drawings for Snow White. So really high end. This movie made a fortune for Disney. But kind of very classic images. And I don't know if this particular bird scene, made it into the movie. We'd have to look into it, but these are just kind of concept drawings. So we got an eye, 2 eyes, a beak, the head. At the bottom, there's 3 little tick marks for the foot. 3 little tick marks. The feet, the bird is flying, so the feet are kind of tucked underneath. And it's amazing how just 3 lines together, can symbolize the foot of this bird. We are seeing the underside of the wing here. So it's an S curve on the top of the wing. Move that over. And then where the wing, where the feather tips end, you kind of get this series of arches. And this is a very generic wing. I don't know how else to say it. It's an S curve at the top and then some arches representing the wing tips at the bottom. The wing tips are dark, so you can actually shade those in. Could be some kind of blue jay. I envision the bird being blue. I don't know if that's true, but so this is the underside of the wing. So you can imagine these feathers. This is the bottom of the wing. To make it feel like it's flying, the artist puts the wing in 2 different positions. So notice the S curve for the top of the wing is above. On this one,
Ooh, bless you.
the S curve, which represents the top of the wing, is on the bottom part. So as far as the language goes, we have an S curve representing the top of the wing, and then you have these arches representing the wing tips of the bottom wing. It's a cartoon, so you're allowed to keep it simple. Black wing tips, shade that in. The underside of the wing remains light, where the top backing of the wing goes gray. So the 2 wings are a little bit different in that respect. The circle that I used for the belly is kind of big, so whatever. This is a well-fed bird. You can be happy and well-fed. This guy's smiling, and then there seems to be some feathers on the top of his head here. I don't think I drew that very well, but that's okay. It appears that my bird is flying right through the fire. Hopefully it went through quickly. There's a little, almost like a little shark fin at the bottom representing the tail. I might make the tip of the tail dark too. Loving it. Because I already did it. I've got the upper beak, lower beak, gray top of the head. And then I'm going to flip the wings on the one that's on the bottom. So I'll do a S curve on the top, arches on the bottom. Then I'll do S curve on the bottom, arches on the top. And then I can have the tail come this way, put the feet in here. Does that look good?
That's adorable.
My bird, I admit, has a big tail. My second bird has kind of a big tail. I drew them the same way, but I just wanted to see them a little bit different. Probably should not have done that. It's okay. All right. So you can see my birds. Let me cut this one. We got one more bird. See if we can figure that one out. Wow. This is amazing. Okay, so this guy's beak you can really see is pointy. So let's just do the same thing. We started with a circle for the head. And then I'm gonna use a circle for the body. But I'm gonna make sure that body is larger and up and to the left. Cool. Now, I wish that my head was a little rounder. I'm okay with it. All right, so we're gonna dip down, find that dip right between the eyes. It's really helpful because without drawing a center, it offers us the center. So by doing the dip, it's gonna come up, and we know that the face, is a light face, and the top of the head is dark. I mean, I could even add those feathers at the top. I can even darken the top section. All right, so the dip down is going to give us the middle of the beak. So from this angle, there's the beak that way, that's just pointy, and then the bottom beak also pointy. I usually add eyes first, but I felt like the beak was such an easy answer because it was in the middle and it was a triangle. I decided to take advantage of it. With the eye, we want to, you can see the highlight in the eye. We want to be careful about protecting that. So I'm actually going to draw a circle around the highlight. That circle will be the highlight. And then I'll draw the iris, which is kind of the blue and the pupil and the iris around it. So you get to see a little bit of the white of the eye on the far side, and then also in the highlight. The little section of eye that's on the far side of the head, there's a highlight on that magically. So I'm going to shade that far side eye with a little highlight. Cool. This view, we really get to see the tail kind of for the first time. But before we get there, let's do the wings as we know how to do the wings. We're going to start with the S curve leading to the wing tip. And then we have these series of kind of overlapping arches, which represent the feather tips. So the part of the bird that's between the wings is his back. And these wings are in the same position. So you want to make sure that the wings look kind of the same. All right. I've got dark tips both on the back of the wing and the bottom of the wing. The bottom of the wing is going to stay white, whereas the far side wing is going to go gray. Our tail, Stacy, would you call it a triangle or a trapezoid? I guess it's a trapezoid. So the tail starts narrow as it attaches to the body, and it gets wide as the feathers get away from the tail, and then you get tail feather tips in the form of these arches. we'll do we can even shade that gray. You know, I think it's good to clarify what's the top of the tail and then also their back, you know, the bird's back. It's also gray. Gray because it's a black and white. And then we'll do the little bit of white bottom of the tail leading into the belly. And then maybe the belly even leads into the neck. Not quite sure. And we get the feet at the bottom. I mean, I think it looks pretty good. I'm going to erase the construction lines. Get my original circle for the body. I have to erase that. It's kind of a fun crew. Look at my crew of birds. What do you think, Stace?
I think they're precious. That's what I think.
Yeah, thank you. All right. Hold on, boys. I gotta run over and grab a tissue. I went to this bookstore today. It was like a used bookstore. And the place was like so dusty. And then my nose has not stopped since the store.
Where did you go that was so dusty?
So the Sturgis Antiques had an estate, and they like all these old art books, really, really good ones. And I bought a few. Okay, let's see. We've got can I see what you guys got? You want to hold it up? Did you get any birds?
And it is 126.
Yeah, how about that? Mm-hmm.
Oh, here we go.
Great, dude.
Oh,
Ben, that's cute. Yeah, so I would shade the yeah. I mean, I know you're not done yet, but all I can see is that just a little gray for the tail. It's almost like the whole bird is dark, but in order for the belly and the face and the wings to read as being light, you have to shade everything else. It's counterintuitive. In order for something to seem lighter, you have to shade the area around it. It's like, because when you're on white paper, you can't. Yeah, magnificent. It's a great page. It's like a great drawing. Like these drawings are really, they are good. Just because they're cartoons, I mean, these are, like I said, like this movie made a fortune and it still earns money today because of the quality of the art. It's like that simple. The story and the art. You guys want to try one of the 7 dwarfs? I think it'll be, this will be like a 2-minute warning, 1-minute warning on this one. The dwarfs, it's this book has a step-by-step. It's actually not that different than the way we do these birds. But I want to get you guys at least one of these dwarfs because we're gonna during this transition, during the switchover, we're gonna draw bunnies, like a whole like family of bunnies. But the real interest, I think, is in like the main characters. So, Stacy, can I see yours?
sure.
Ooh, that's really pretty. You did one with the red.
Thanks. Pardon?
You went with the red candle.
Yeah.
I love it.
Thank you.
All right, I've got a couple of sheets here. I thought the dwarf to start with, which would be like the most fun. I don't know if he's gonna be, I think they're all, it's so interesting because they all look like they're like about the same level of difficulty. But also like really fun. Okay, so we're gonna do this view. So this is like the step 1. This is step 2. Now this is step 1 for the body. So you can move ahead if you want, but just a quick warning. That circle of the head there's another process about how you get from the circle. You know, you get the circle with the eyes close together, the right side bigger, left side smaller, and then the nose in the middle. And then you add these like chubby cheeks, and then like the beard that's almost like in a pear that's like squatting. And he's the, you know, this expression, he's got like a, you know, he's got a couple different expressions. There's the, and he's happy. I mean, the guy is happy. So maybe we'll do this mouth. I think this is the mouth that, yeah, it says the cheeks react to the mouth. Oh, that's cool. That's part of what that, you know, part of what
Oh,
character. So his cheeks here where they're surprised versus the cheeks here where he's happy versus the cheeks when, what is he doing? Is he, oh, he's got fluffy eyebrows. I had not noticed that before. Okay, so there's, I guess what I'm saying is there's a lot to the face, but we have to get to the point where we have the head on the right sized body. So let's do this guy first. This is gonna be so awesome. And I'll leave up the good one so that we know kind of where we're going. And by the way, I'm using a new webcam, and it seems to be working. It seems to be working pretty well. All right, so let's do a dotted line for his big round belly. And you want to make that as close to a circle as possible. It might take a couple laps, you know, if it's like oblong or it's too short or something, like, you know, just
excuse
use the
me,
dotted line to get the circle. Yes, Dace.
Trevor.
Oh.
Two items. One, are we going to make the piece that you're making with the dotted line into one of the dwarves, or is this simply a run through with the circles?
Oh no, yeah, we're gonna draw this guy.
Okay.
That's why I'm trying
Also,
to. That's why I'm trying to make the lines light. But thank you.
okay. Also, I don't see the record red rectangle.
It's recording though.
Okay, I don't, it's
Mine's
not visible.
Mine says it's recording on the cloud.
Okay,
But yeah, thank you.
sure.
I'm not even gonna be able to use this anyway because I think Disney characters are protected, so I can't even post it. But yeah, like that's the thing. It's like the Disney characters are so well designed, so well made, and it's so good for learning how to draw that you have to use it. Okay, so gentlemen, notice at the top, you know, from the very top of our circle here where the dots are heavy, you know, you could do like a little stiffer line for the belly, but I think we should go easy on the straight lines right now. I want you to be aware of where the middle of his belly is. And then more importantly than even that center line for the belly, because that's going to help place the belt and stuff. But like, notice how not big of a distance there is between his belly, you know, this original circle and the circle for the head. So there's like just not a big distance. And you have to know that the circle for the head is smaller than the circle for the body. So even though we've drawn basically nothing so far, if your circle at the top of the head is way too big or way too small, you know, it may not work that well. So we'll see. Anyway, we've got his, you know, looks like his, like, you know, the little connector, like his torso connects. Let's finish out this one part of the drawing and then we'll go to the face. So we'll have his like short stubby legs and then his shoe. There's like a heel and then it comes forward into a little, it's almost like a little elf toe. You know, it's like, I almost imagine that it would like come to like a point. I think early on the dwarfs, when they were first coming up with the concepts for these guys, did have pointy toes, shoes, which is interesting. So there's like a very short leg and then that foot. And then we have a very short leg on the other side. And then the foot kind of seen from the side, like the opposite angle. You know, I can add a little spiral tip to his foot right there too. Yikes. I have to go fix this later. All right. Now I'm going to not try to freelance his head. I'm going to go in this step-by-step progression. So let me go back to my circle. Okay, so step one. I got to put in the two little eyes. The head is turned way far to the side. So the eyes, I'm going to do the eye on the right that's kind of big. It's an oval. And then I'll do another oval. This is like classic Disney. I mean, this might as well be the same eyes as Mickey Mouse. And all these Disney characters, they have these ovals with the pupil. And then where they really get into originality has to do with the, the nose. So we're gonna get the top of the nose that curls under, and then it goes under itself, and then you get the nostril. I wish I could sketch it like larger. I'll put it over here. There's like the top of the nose, and then it curls under, and then the nostril flare comes back like that. Might have made that one a little too big. Anyway, the line that's on the bottom of the nose gets a little bit darker because the shadow's up above. You actually see the artist using that device of shading the underside, making it a little bit darker. There's a little bit of a squint that happens. This guy is happy, so I guess it's like kind of anticipating the cheeks and the smile. Crazy time. All right, are we ready for this? Are we ready for stage 2?
Can I see the source for just a second that we're working from?
All we have is that circle. You mean the face, his actual face?
No, the whole body that we just did.
That guy.
I'm a little behind, so it really just kind of sort of helps. Give me 1 second, if you don't mind.
I don't mind at all.
Thank you. And I do see the record button. It's on an opposite end of my screen. I feel better.
I think I did like an upgrade or something. All right, boys, here comes the good stuff. This is what makes, I think, happy are these like ridiculous cheeks, these droopy cheeks that stick out from the side. And the cheeks that drip out from the side here anticipate the beard. And we can even put the beard in there. Whoa, cool. Just like the wingtips, there's like a little texture to the beard. And I'm going to quickly move over. That still fits on the screen, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's all 4 of those guys. I'm going to put in his little mouth. He's got like an expression, and then the chin. I mean, that's awesome. I can't believe how good that looks. So it's amazing. Like, since I did eyes, nose, mouth, beard, it really popped. And this is why I didn't notice the eyes before. Return to materials. Oh, that's cool. Look at how it's got the stamp on the drawing. Return this material to art and props department. That's awesome. The reason I couldn't see the eyebrows is because they are being covered up by that stamp, which was, this is like an original Disney document. You can see the eyebrows down here. Where's that one? Down here, yeah. So you have to look through the little stamp on there and put those eyebrows on. Eyebrows fluffy on the side. Eyebrows fluffy on the side. Man, see, you can do this. It was a little intimidating at first, but I think once we add his hat and then we try to do his arms, should be good. So Alex and Ben, I mean, I don't know, how far are you? I mean, do you have this? Are we ready to go back to the body? Did you do the cheeks, the mouth, and the starting of the beard? I actually love how
Yeah.
nice. Okay. Ben, so yeah, and even if we do, it's just a different expression. It's gonna be smiling in the other one. You could erase it and do another face. You can see actually the construction lines in in this copy. So, and they're similar. All right, groovy. I'm gonna move up to the body here. Move my dude. So the top of this paper, that the hat got cut off, so I can actually cover it. Now I can complete that hat. Crazy. All right, sweet. So I'm gonna do the hat. The beard tucks underneath the hat. So the brim of the hat, I'm gonna do the lower part, like where the brim touches the head. Then I'm gonna add the thickness to that. And it turns the corner and goes onto the far side of the head. And you can actually see how the part of the head that the hat rests on is like a sphere. And then the tip of the hat comes off of that. So fun to draw. You know, you got to figure out, I mean, these guys drew these things all the time. Like they have to have been having a good time. So there's the shoulder. And I love this, shoulder to elbow and then elbow to wrist. Right when you're like, where's the elbow? They give like a little elbow patch, which is great. So it goes shoulder to elbow, elbow to wrist. And then his hand is like kind of turned upside down. The hands are not easy, but you give it a shot. Get the palm of the hand, then this little dinky pinky, then he gets the middle finger, and then he does the index finger, and then the thumb is on the far side. Now, you have to remember that these Disney characters, they only have 4 fingers, so.
Trevor,
Yeah.
so we're doing the hat, but not on the happy face, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
If you want those, Stace, I'll be nice to you.
Well, I would hope.
I'm going to draw a circle here and then find the middle, get an oval, oval. We'll do the nose that wraps around, turns into that. And then we can get the corner of the mouth on this side. This guy's happy, so he's got this like, yeah, epically big smile on his face. The mouth is open. S curves into the corner. He's got this crease. Helps pull out those cheeks, and then the tongue that's exposed. His chin, it's not even like his chin, it's his lower lip. But this is the part up by the mouth is the cheekbone. And then the part that's on the bottom is actually like kind of like the fleshy part of his. I don't know what you call it, like his fat cheeks. Eyebrow, fluffy. Eyebrow, fluffy at the top. And then I will add that hat. His beard is hilarious. So much. Shoulder to elbow. And if your drawing is good, I'm proud of you. If it's not good, I mean, I'm still proud of you because if you think about it, these drawings, you'd have to draw maybe 5 or 6 a minute. Maybe not 5 or 6 a minute, but at least 1 a minute, 1 frame. So in a work day, these guys might draw, 30 different, like slightly different movements. So you get good with repetition. And if the first one's not good, that's all right. Draw it 30 times. I promise by the 10th time, you're going to be good. Ooh, we got to get the some of these other guys in here. Right on time, boys. Good job.
What are we drawing?
One of the 7 dwarfs. Have you ever seen Snow White? But we're about to wrap it up. the belly, the belt is really high. So that's a square. And the belt has got to go below the arm. That's the main thing. And that belt really pulls in his belly. His shirt hangs down below the belt. It was like an old style fashion. And then you get to see his pants. Little knee. And I guess his hand is on this other side, but it's really small.
Maybe, can we take a look at everyone's? What do you think, guys?
Yeah, if you guys are just coming in, we're gonna switch over. We're gonna maintain the Disney theme. Guys that are just coming in, we're kind of finishing the last project. You're not supposed to be able to do this. It took a little while, but we are gonna do one of the Seven Dwarfs. If you guys are coming in. So 1 minute warning for these guys, and then gentlemen, if you just came in, make sure you have a pencil and an eraser. We're gonna draw a series of bunnies, like specific Disney bunnies. That'll be the transition. So this guy, even though he's not smiling here, the character is happy. His name is Happy. He's one of the Seven Dwarfs from Snow White. We're doing some Disney today. Yeah, Ben, Alex, do you want to hold yours up real quick? No pressure.
Oh, hold that little,
That's nice.
hold that a little further from
Yes.
Ben.
Thank you, Ben.
Can you hold that just a little closer to you?
Wrong
Nope.
plane. It is the same color as Sweden.
And up.
Wait, am I?
Okay, freeze. Thank you very much.
Good stuff. Alex, good work too. I had to mute you though. I don't think you can hear anyway. Okay, boys, get your pencils. Let's get this thing going. I got to move over. We will do some of the Seven Dwarfs, I promise. We're gonna do some bunnies first, if I can find them. Whoa, look at that one.
Oh, Alex, hold that further from the screen and freeze it. Good job. Nice. I love the shoes.
Both legs. Okay, one by one, gentlemen, we are going to crush these bunnies. Well, not crush them like in a. And then, hold on, let me move this up here. I've got a new webcam, and it's doing the trick. Let me get this in focus. Yes. Oh man, it's gonna be great. Okay, so we've got a couple different. So the theme of these rabbits is actually very similar to the Seven Dwarfs in that all the rabbits have different personalities. So as we go across, we want to consider what they're trying to express. We'll make sure Finn's in here. Come on, man. There it goes.
Are we supposed to be drawing this rabbit?
No, not yet. I'm trying to get this adjusted.
Oh, I'm not muted.
Let me get Finn in here. So we got a bunch of them. Okay, boys. So we have to think about a couple different things. Hopefully, Ben and Alex, you can see the connection to the birds that we did earlier. All right, so the rabbits are going to be made up of three major forms, almost like a snowman. So let's get the circle for the head. And it seems complicated, but if you guys go step by step, this is not going to be hard. All right, so we're going to do a circle for the head. Then we're going to do an oval for the torso. It's smaller. And then we're going to match the torso with the bottom part. It's like a snowman, but the snowman's the middle ball of the snow is smallest. Declan. Hey guys. Declan, can you hear us? I hope. Okay, so we got to get this thing. This is just like 3 random circles at the moment. So the random circles need to be turned into rabbits really fast. So we got to get the eyes, nose, and mouth as quick as possible. So watch how I'm going to do this. I got to find the middle of the head. And we're going to find the middle by the fact that there's this gray dip. You see this little gray dip? That helps us find the middle so that we can also place the V shape for the nose. That's going to be like, is going to be key. All right, so we got the nose. We come down from the nose into the mouth.
You can check in my backpack.
We've
I
got,
will probably have.
we've got the V shape for the nose. Then we have this little line that connects. It's called this. It's called the philtrum. The philtrum connects the nose to the upper lip. And in order to see the, if you've ever like put your nose like up like this, like pushed it up, it lifts up your lip and you can see your teeth and it kind of looks like a bunny. So in order to see the teeth of this rabbit, we're going to do another upside down V, and that's going to get into the upper lip. So we have the V of the nose, a little line that connects to the upper lip, and that upper lip is going to be a V. And then let's do a nice round smile for that bottom lip. We're going to do the teeth, and then we can fill in the mouth dark. I know that's kind of crazy, but we got nose, now we got the mouth, and then we need a big, like actually a very impressive eye. Man, I feel like my head should have been bigger. This Disney eye, Disney likes to make their eyes taller than they are wide for most characters. And then the first line that you make is kind of like the last one that you draw. So let me explain it. So you have to place the highlight in the eye. You guys, you're working on white paper, making dark marks. So place the highlight before anything so that you know where to not put the pigment. Okay, so we have to put the highlight in so then we can draw the dark part of the eye all around the highlight. And it's like kind of hard to do, but if you place the highlight first, you'll be golden. The top outside of the eye, it's almost like an eyelash or eyelid, but the back of the eyeball seems to be darker than the rest of it. All right, this is cool. Bunnies have like chubby cheeks, and you'll look at when we do some of one of the 7 dwarfs, all the 7 dwarfs have like puffy cheeks too. So this little dip that we did in between, in the middle of the head, that gives us the position of the nose. Let's wrap that all the way around our eye, because there seems to be a white border around the eye. And then just like Mickey Mouse, there's this little, I guess it's like a point. There's this little point that comes around the eye, and then it turns into the cheek. And we're going to shade the top of the head. Going to shade that like a nice gray. We haven't added any ears yet. That's coming next. We have nice round gray cheeks with a white patch. And then we can add that little gray patch on this side. Oh my God, that's so cute. We got a little gray patch on the side of the head. The head is turned so hard that you really don't see the eye. But I'm going to put a little mark on the far side just so like there's some indication of the eye on the other side. I don't know what you can think about for these ears, but I'm just going to say, imagine if you had a necktie. Do you guys have to wear ties in lower school? I can't see anybody. But if you were to take your tie and hold it straight up, you're getting a very similar shape to these ears. The rabbit seems like he's a little like alarmed, so his ears are like standing straight up and are kind of pointy. So here's my concept for the tie. You have the length of the tie, and then you have the triangle tip. So then you get the length of the tie, might be a little bit rounded, whatever, and then you get a triangle tip. The ratio might be a little bit off, but I think you can understand. And then we'll make the actual tips a little bit darker so they stand out. And then the 3-dimensional aspects, the head is turned looking to the right, like hard to the right. So therefore, as the ears are turned in that same direction, so if it's the face is turned to the side, we're seeing more of the left side of the face. So we get more cheek over here. The eyeball is way bigger on the left side. We're going to see the thickness to that ear on that side too. And all it takes is a little bit of gray accent showing that you're seeing the side of the ear. Cool, man. All right, so the head is turned to the side. The body is turned away, in the opposite direction. So you get the front of the torso. I'll slow down. I'll slow down a little bit. But the rest of it's kind of easy. Like it's just like a baby rabbit. So there's like there's little rabbit paws, like I don't know how to call it. There's like rabbit feet and then a little suggestion of the arm. It's almost like the rabbit's kind of like limp-wristed, like almost like the way you would pretend to be a rabbit is like the pose. There's not even like any like little fingers or toes or anything. So it goes from the neck into the torso into this little rabbit belly, and then the feet are a little bit more prominent. So we'll do the backside into here, and then we can just use an oval for the leg, an oval for the feet, and a cropped oval for that leg, and then a sideways oval for those feet. I don't know if you can see this, but there's a bunny tail back there. I mean, a bunny's not a bunny without a fluffy tail. It's pretty good. Boom. This is really beautiful. There's a little indication, just like the mouth is open and there's like a cavity in there. Where the rabbit is in contact with the ground, the artist uses a slightly darker line, and then under the tail actually adds a shadow. So this left foot, if I just darken that line, now the rabbit's like touching the ground. I can do the same thing on this side. I mean, I'm adding essentially no detail, just darkening the line a little bit and then adding a little shadow underneath that fluffy tail of the rabbit. And it's like super cute and it really works. I suspect that the rabbit has like kind of like a gray back, maybe even like might have gray legs. I like that idea better. I like the idea of having like a white belly, because I know rabbits have white bellies. I don't think the artist got this far, but if you can imagine gray feet, gray legs, gray feet, and then you have this nice white undercarriage, like the belly, that might look cool. And again, I don't know this for sure, but we can look at some. Oh my gosh. I'm not saying I'm the man, but I was correct on that one. So let me move this over. We got to do this guy next. It's almost the exact same thing. It's almost the same thing. I'll give you guys a 1-minute warning on this bunny, but you can see how he is the bottom. He is gray. You can see how they're gray bunnies with white bellies. So I don't know why the artist just didn't get to it. I mean, there's actually a stripe down the side. This is my book, so I can do whatever I want. So I'm shading that side. This whole far thing is in shade. Was totally right, except the paws were white. That's fair. Ooh, and the mama bunny did not get shaded either. Cool. I think the guys that have to go, I think we can squeeze out. I think we can squeeze out one more bunny. The guys. I don't know why. I don't know the story of what's going on here, but apparently the mom is somewhat startled by the fact that this bunny's going sleepy. Okay, let's do a so there's this idea that I kind of live by as far as being an art teacher, is that the repetition, it's like theme and variation. If you can like take the concepts, learn them initially, and then really activate them. The same thing with sports. Like once you learn an idea with sports, like you want to like do drills and just drive it home. Like You're not going to learn how to like pass with your left hand unless you pass with your left hand all the time. Okay, here we go. Let's do this repetition and it'll be the theme and variation. So the theme is that the head is a circle. Get that circle. Then the torso was a small circle or oval, whatever, however you see it. And then the bottom one was a big one. So it's like medium size, small, and then large. Our snowman. Cool. I think I found the middle of the head, and I did that by finding the dip in the patch on the face, but then also positioning the ear. I mean, not the ear, the nose in the middle. So this guy's yawning, so his head is turned way far back. You got a question? Yeah, yeah. Is that Ben or Alex?
No, I'm asking it to my other teacher.
Okay, cool. All right, so because the head is tilted way far back, as I tilt back, my nose gets like kind of dangerously close to the top of my head. Same thing with this guy. So use the arrow, just an arrow, painting, pointing down. That'll be the position of the nose. Now there's a little space just between the nose and the mouth, and then this mouth is like, I don't even know if I would have drawn it like this, but it is a teardrop. So just give me a teardrop or a raindrop. I guess raindrop sounds nicer than a teardrop. A raindrop shape, and then we get the teeth in the top, and then it's crazy because it looks like this might be tongue at the bottom, or it could be also teeth. It could be like a lower layer of teeth. The mouth where it's open goes dark. That's awesome. We're following the cheeks all the way down, and then you get like the eyes are squinty because he's yawning. So look how close that eye is to the top of the head. It's really something. So the rounds down here. We're looking for that patch that wraps around the eye, and we can see it here. And then that goes back down into the cheeks, and we get the back of the head. So we can shade that easy enough. There seems to be like little double chin, even like a little fold or a wrinkle near the far side. I feel like there wants to be cheeks on this side, but there's not, but I'll put them in that way. Yeah. Should we do the ear? Let's just do the ear. I'm going to do that tie. I'm going to do an upside down tie. I guess he wants to make it rounder. Dark tips. See a little bit of tone at the base. I can live with that. I think everything else is the same as the one that we just did. And I will, again, try not to go too fast. But, there's the paws, which are an oval. Another oval. On this side, you get to see a little wrist to elbow. It's another oval. The thigh, the thigh to the knee to the ankle. The back leg is a circle. And then the feet on the ground are flat. Sorry, guys. My dad is texting me. Front of the chest, front of the belly. And then we'll get the far knee, leg, whatever you want to call it. And then the feet go on the ground. Fluffy tail. This artist makes the tail not fluffy. It's just like kind of a puffball. Unlike the last one, you do get to see the the patches that are in fact gray. And the artist shades it gray by using parallel lines and maintaining that consistency. I guess I should have made, maybe I'll make the rabbit really dark, because I darkened the face. I think because I was thinking about Mickey Mouse. Mickey, is like jet black. That's fun. Yeah, whatever. I got more time than this guy did, apparently. He was just sketching abbreviated.
Mr. Twist, may you
Yes,
please
sir.
slow it down a little bit?
Of course.
Behind you.
So as far as the shading goes, it's everything that's on the face is white, the chest is white, the belly's white. And then I guess he's got, some paws that are white too. The first one didn't have any indication of the toes, but the second one does. And I went a little dark with my shading of the gray. And I don't feel bad. It looks like I got a little sloppy. Part of completing the drawing too is shading in. It's also, if you went too heavy with some of your construction lines, you can kind of see my second circle. I want to erase that. If there's any lines in here that shouldn't be in the final.
Excuse me?
Yes, sir.
I have to go. This is what I did.
Yeah, dude. I love that guy.
Okay, thank you.
He's looking to the right. Hold on for 1 second. I think Stacy will take a picture. The bunny's rad.
Do you know how many pages? All right, is everybody getting their stuff together?
Thank you.
Excellent.
I have to go too.
No worries, Ben. Ben, it looks
You guys
good.
all got
Good job.
your
Good work, all right. So guys, as those two head out, Stacy, did you get a picture of Alex? Hopefully you did. Stacy, you got the picture of Alex, right? Stacy, can you hear me?
Sorry about that. Yes, I can hear you.
Did you get
And
Alex?
I don't think I got his.
Yeah, there's a face up there. The rabbit's looking to the right. And then
Right
Ben-
now it's on.
Yeah. There's two.
Okay,
There's
hold
two.
on now. I got Alex. Brendan, hold that nice and still. I got Brendan, but oh my gosh.
Yeah.
There we go, Brendan. Very nice. I don't think that I got Liam.
Can I go now?
Yeah, you can go, man.
Thank you, because I don't have any more time.
I got
These
Declan. I got
bunnies are
Alex.
opposites. These bunnies are opposites.
Yes. Finn, did you put yours up?
I was working on only one.
Okay.
And I was making mine an Asian bunny.
Okay, Liam, hold that nice and still. Very good. Very good.
This one.
All right, guys, we're gonna switch over and we're gonna do actually one of the 7 dwarfs. Oh, man.
Trevor, can you hold yours up for, never mind.
You want me to put mine up?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Hold that nice and still, Mr. Twist.
So cute, right?
Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, boys. So you got to get your game faces on here for this next one. Looks great. Stace, there's a couple more going up there as we move on to the next one.
Okay, Declan, hold that still. Oh my God, I love that mouth. Got it, Declan. And I don't see anyone else's. Oh my gosh, hold that still, Declan. Oh my God, I love that tail. And how it's holding its front paws.
They're super good, y'all.
Yeah. And Finn, hold that over to your left a little bit and freeze. Oh my God, that's beyond happy. So
Okay.
happy.
So let me give you the rundown. So this is officially Sneezy. This is the one that we're gonna do. And the nice thing about it is that he gives us the basics for the head, the you know, this guy's we did Happy before you guys, as you guys were coming on. Happy's like kind of he's a big guy, he's a rounder guy. Sneezy is a little more you know, just like a smaller person. So the ratio of the circle to the belly to the shoulders is actually closer to the bunny rabbits. So this one right here, this is the one that we have to get down first. And then we will be able to like move from this guy to this guy. And then the cool thing about it is that we have, to finish it off, we have a reproduction, which is like the one that they actually used in the movie, which is kind of sweet. All right. And we'll just see how we do. Don't, you don't have to like stress out about it. It's going to be fun. All right. But how I'm going to be able to keep this from falling, I don't know. I leave this here. I leave that there. I'm going to try not to shake it.
Sorry, I was just telling my dogs, don't eat my art. Thank you.
Does Tuck Tuck like to chew on your drawings?
Tuck Tuck likes to draw. Tuck Tuck likes to chew on paper and toilet paper and napkins. Those are really important items to him.
Yeah, same with Bailey. Bailey will eat like dirty tissues. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yes, yes, yes.
All right, gentlemen, here we go. Let's not screw this up. I think I just found out that the whole guy is 3 heads tall. Do you see these horizontal straight lines? I think those are, they may come in, they may be important. I'm not sure. Let's just try to do a circle for the head. What? Whew. Okay. Trying to make that circle. Let's do the neck. It's in the middle. It's a little concave, teeny little neck. And then we're going to do basically what I think is his like shoulders and chest. So I think this little nub right here, it's going to get kind of get covered up by the clothes, but it's helping us find the distance between the major circle, which is his belly. And it looks like the belly is about the same size as the, I guess it's bigger. His belly is bigger than the head.
Oh, that belly is too cute.
You think it's bigger than the head?
Yes.
I think it is too. Okay, quick, gentlemen. This goes for any figure that you're drawing. You want to kind of find the middle. So there's the middle of the face. The artist gives you a straight line there. You can find the middle of the chest. That's basically the sternum. And then you can find the middle of the belly. That's where the buttons would go for the shirt. And then this guy's legs, it looks like he's a little bit, when you're, what's it called when you're
Pigeon-toed.
when your toes point in? I think
Pigeon-toed.
Yeah, pigeon-toed. Or you can also barrel-legged, is if your legs like bend outwards on either side. Either way, these legs are really far to the back. Do you see those two little legs? Like they come way off the back of the belly here. So we'll do the little legs. And I guess we'll just do ovals. Let's just do these long ovals for the feet. We can add all these other details later, but I just want to get things kind of in place. With the face, that is, in order to get it was just like the bunny rabbit, we're going to start with the nose. I love that idea, that they were consistent. So with the nose looks like it's in the middle of the head. You start from your center.
When you say center, can you help me understand how it's to the right, even though you're calling it the center?
Oh, right. So the center is where I put this little gash. See this little gash right here?
Yes.
Right. So the line that I put for the center, I mean, it's to the side, but it's basically the middle of the head. So meaning the eyes, the oval for the eye is going to be on the left of that line, and then one of the ovals for the eyes is to the right of that line.
Okay.
Because
Thank you.
if he was looking right at us, that line would be in the middle. But because his head is turned,
Mm-hmm.
that line is off to the side. Nice.
Got it.
Like really good question though. Wow, he's so funny. The reason I said it was funny is that all these all these dwarfs have like different distances, like the mouth away from the nose, or the and basically this is sneezy, and for some reason, once you put that nose in there and you put the oval for the eyes, maybe put a little dot in there so it looks like an eye. He's got black eyebrows, unlike the other one that we drew who had white eyebrows. And then look at how far down the nose is. So the mouth is from the nose. So you get this like crease from the nostril, and then the mouth is like super low. And then his lip is hanging off the bottom. I don't know what kind of, maybe it looks like he's like, maybe it's because like it looks like he was about to sneeze or something. So you get the crease on the left side, and there's a crease on the right side. And the interesting thing about this guy is that he doesn't actually have that big of cheeks. The beard, I guess the beard comes down near the mouth.
Yeah, he doesn't look like he's going to sneeze to me.
I know. I haven't drawn this guy before. He's like hard. But look at how the beard overlap. I had to erase the neck.
Mm-hmm.
The neck's not even there. Like the beard covers up the neck, and frankly, the beard comes almost to the top of the belly. So like if this is the top of the beard is at the bottom of the cheek. You got the cheek on this side, you got the cheek on this side, and then the beard overlaps it covers up the neck completely. Yeah, it sticks out really far.
Yeah, that's quite a beard.
Yeah, he looks like he's sneezing. That's why his nose is angled up. I bet you, because when people sneeze, they like tilt their head back. You can like look up their nose. So not that he like has to have a nose that is, yeah, it's just like it's pointy up. And I made mine a little bit too pointy, but it's just because I made the discovery. Sneezy's hat, the other dwarfs, some of the hats like stick up. His hat flops down. So let's see if we can figure out the line. The head is attached to the top, and then it the line's at the top of the head, and then it really goes steep down the side of the face. It goes all the way back around. And then, just like every hat, there's like little thickness to it, both at the top and the bottom. It's like the rim of the hat. And then the flop, it's almost like a sock that just like, sock that flops down in the back. In the spirit of me slowing down, I'm gonna erase some of my little, if I can, my original lines. I feel like they're kind of getting in the way. There's definitely a texture to that beard. So the line is a little bit broken, meaning that the whole beard doesn't connect. They're like kind of like spaced out lines. All right, cool. In our original mock-up, there's a line right here. I think that's the belt line. I hope so.
The droopy, that's what I thought.
Yeah, I mean, the belt is a square or rectangle. And then classic dwarf outfit, the shirt comes down below the belt. There's his belly. There's his chest. And then we've got 2 buttons. So guys, if you look up here, you kind of have to go back and forth. Like you have to go from this guy to this guy. And then, you can see, then you can see what I've done. And then, if you're just constantly going back and forth, if you have this version, then, you can change this one to become like that one. And I did that by placing first the belt, and then you can see the belt going around the belly. Then there's this flap of shirt that hangs down, shirt that hangs down. I guess we should do the arm. We'll do the sleeve. Classic shoulder to elbow. And then it turns the corner, elbow to wrist. He's got these like little teeny cartoon arms. And then he's got the palm of the hand. And I guess like if I draw it down here larger, there's like the palm of the hand and the fingers. There's like one finger that's in front of this finger, which is in front of that finger. So they kind of, there's no thumb to speak of. These guys have a thumb and 3 fingers. So you don't see the rest of the hand because it's covered up by the cuff of the sleeve. So palm, and then 1 finger, 2 fingers, 3 fingers. Almost no arm on the other side, but you can acknowledge it. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so I hadn't noticed that before, but I'm really glad I did the hand. So the hand has, 1 finger that overlaps another finger, which overlaps another finger, and that's what happens with the foot. So if you watch this, there's the tongue of the foot, and then the tongue is behind this ridge, which is behind this bump, which is behind this bump, which is behind the toe in the front. It's like almost that easy.
Wow, you make it sound so easy.
I kind of did make it sound easy, but you start with the tongue at the base of the leg, and then 1 bump is in front of this bump, which is in front of that bump. I guess my feet don't look as good as his feet. Waltz.
Mine look even worse.
These are Walt's original tongues.
May I see your pictures, gentlemen?
Are you kidding?
Brendan, hold that away from the screen and freeze it. Little further away from the screen.
I think all
Closer to you, Brendan.
yeah.
There you go. Thank you. Thank you.
Brendan, I think the only thing you really need, like you're kind of in desperate need of, is just erasing some of the overlapped lines. And I need it too. Like in this arm, like look at the arm for the body. Like I need to like make the arm be the only line.
Here's an idea for your next class that one of my classmates came up with.
What is that?
Agent Bunny.
That is,
Well, no, it's Liam. If you want to see his Agent Bunny.
Nice job, Liam. I would
very
love
cute.
Agent. I feel like the 7 Dwarfs could have. Could we make like a spy show with the 7 Dwarfs as the spies?
Why not?
I didn't address the legs, unfortunately, but they're kind of just like They're so short. It's so hard to see anything.
They are short. So, Trevor,
Yeah.
other than my erasing quite a bit and refining, I'm finished. So, including legs, which is so hard to believe. So I'm gonna run Tucker out just for a moment. Gentlemen, is there anyone who would like me to look at theirs? And it's 2:25, Trevor.
That's good to know. I'm trying to straighten this one out. So that's the one that was in the back of the book that is like full color.
Mm-hmm.
All about it.
Let me just make sure.
Add shading to this? I mean, if we want the beard to stand out as being lighter, should we shade the nose a little bit? Shade the face ever so slightly.
Yeah.
We could darken the shirt.
Okay, I will be right back.
Okay. Make the pants real dark. I guess the hat needs a little tone too. The whole goal of this shading at the moment is to try to make the beard look like it's a white beard. And so instead, since we can't add white pencil, I guess we could in theory, but the white pencil doesn't even show up on the white paper. So we almost have to shade everything else so that the beard looks light. And I may not have emphasized it a whole lot, but with cartoons and especially like animated illustrations, the artists rely really heavily on line work, obviously. So you can refine your lines, and kind of darken some of those lines to make them pop out a little bit. I'm seeing like these creases in the cheek that I hadn't seen before. So even if you do add some shading, you're probably going to want to reinforce the outside lines as well. The belt got thicker, darker color for the belt. And my sleeve, my whole arm generally looks like it's a little bit too small. I don't want to change it right now. And it goes back to like what I was saying before. The first time you draw something, you'll be lucky if it looks good. But if this were, in a professional situation, you'd be drawing this character, 100 times a day. So this is just an intro. This looks like one of my friends. I don't think I'll tell him. Okay, 1 minute warning, guys. Can I see how you did? Anybody get like close to finishing? And then the next one should be a little bit easier, but you'll be all warmed up. So it's a bird and a candle, believe it or not. Does anybody want to show that thinks they're close or even like a progression? Yeah, man. Sweet. Sweet. Yeah, maybe darken up those legs a little bit. You can like thicken them up and darken them up.
Yeah, I was just forcing them because I barely had any time left and I just wanted to show it.
Yeah, cool. Yes, thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, I knocked it. I didn't mean to knock it. Yeah, boss. That's great. I can't see who that is up in the corner, but he looks great. Yeah, that tone, that's awesome. That looks like a real dwarf. That looks like it looks more real than the cartoon. Okay, here we go. We got about 15 minutes left. I think we'll be in good shape. If you guys have to leave, just give me a shout out and I will I'll say goodbye. Okay, so this one should be a little bit easy. Oh wow, look at her. That's awesome. That's like an old school startled Snow White. We're not gonna draw her, but we're gonna draw this situation. Cool. All right, groovy. So there's two birds. Let's just get the candle and the first bird down, and I'll show you a couple ideas. We did sketch this in the earlier group. But we'll do the candle, then we'll do the bird. I started my candle with the wick, and the wick is a rectangle. So let's just do that. So the wick is a long, thin rectangle. It's essentially broken into two parts. There's the part that's been burned or is currently burning. That's like the black part. And then there's a bottom part that's a little bit lighter. That it may have just gotten lit. Maybe the wax hasn't been consumed. And then we're going to use loosely a teardrop shape for the flame itself. Now the flame tip has, is one long one in the middle flanked by two smaller kind of tails. I guess you could call them a tail. So you got the teardrop shape. You've got like a tail on the right, this epic tail in the middle. You drop that down so you can see it. And then it's just basically some S curves, add the S curves at the top. You can do your own, you can make multiple, just be original, and don't overthink it. I made my lines a little bit lighter because I'm a little bit unsure. So the rest, and we'll be able to add more lines. Make sure when you do the candle itself, the candle appears to be like a white candle because the lines are so light. So the flame itself at this moment, it goes small, medium, large. So the internal structure of the candle, there's a small, probably, and you could probably color them like blue, orange, yellow, maybe red, yellow, orange. There could be a series of colors. We don't know how the artist did it, but there's a small squiggle at the base of the flame. And then there's a medium-sized series of flames in the middle. And I'm kind of feeling a little bit more confident at this stage, so I can maybe go back in and reinforce some of my lines. And it just looks cool. I always love drawing, candlesticks, candles, and flames. The fact that it's like a chemical reaction is always so interesting. We could add a little bit of tone if you wanted. Maybe one part's light, maybe one part's medium. You could add colors. As far as the rectangle of the candlestick, it's a rectangle. So when I say rectangle, I mean like you can make it look waxy and like a little bit movable, but it's got straight sides and it's flat across the top with some adjustments, of course. In my other one, I did a little teardrop coming down. So the waxy candle looks like sometimes the wax like pours off the side, because it liquefies. And then because the candle is like off balance or like tilting in one direction, it can pour down the side. It's just a pretty It's just a gorgeous object, candles. And they're very helpful in the winter. And my silhouetted flame, excuse me, my silhouetted wick. I think I can darken my wick a little bit with some reinforced lines, make it pop a little bit, maybe even darken the top of the wick. Yeah. All right. I'm feeling good about that. Trying to make it just right. All
I
right.
like that candle.
Oh, isn't it nice, Stace? I did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I drew that really fast. I don't know what, like, I'm kind of warmed up. I've been drawing all like
Yep.
3 hours now.
Yeah, that's great looking.
I appreciate it, really. I'm happy with it. Oh my gosh, that hat, it's so good. Can you get a picture?
Oh, Declan.
Yeah, definitely cute. I was just envisioning, you know how like
I like that, Declan.
I heard that Van Gogh, I heard that Van Gogh, like when he painted at night, he would put like he would wear like
I
a
didn't
can
draw
he'd put
that
a
stuff,
candle
but I drew
on
an
his
iceberg.
helmet on his hat. Wait, look at
What would he put on his hat?
Henry, what? Look at that landscape, man. Will you
It's
take
an
a picture of
iceberg.
Henry?
Oh, Henry. Oh, I like the clouds. Wow. I like the dimension.
Anyway, I was just envisioning Van Gogh out in the like painting like nocturnal paintings, and he had a candle, and I just put a candle on the top of the Sneezy's head, just because I thought,
Oh,
yeah, it works, right?
yeah. See, now it looks like to me,
He's
it's
like, there.
it's a surprise dwarf, not sneezy. So I just made up a dwarf, I guess.
Yes, you did. You're very creative.
And thank you. Thank
What
you.
do we call it? Exuberance?
Mm,
Startled. That would be a good name.
it
Startled.
would be.
Okay, so back to the kind of like to close this up, just for like some fun, and to drive home this concept of basically simple geometric shapes to set you up for drawing kind of very complex subject matter. We've got a very simple circle for the head of this bird, and then we can overlap it with a very simple body for this overlap. And then in order to like place the features in the right place, you find the middle, because we're bilaterally symmetrical. Birds are bilaterally symmetrical. So if this bird head was like looking at us, you would have the dip in the middle, then you'd have an eye on one side, eye on the other side, and then a beak in the middle. So meaning this is the direct center of the head here. Now the head is turned to the side, so we don't have the luxury of that dead center. So we invent the center and show the curve on the side here.
So bilateral, to be bilateral centered is the example you did above, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Meaning you cut it in the half, and
Yep.
it's a mirror image. It's the same on the right as it is on the left.
Mhm.
Most animals are bilaterally symmetrical. So even though the head is turned, you still need to show both, things on both sides. So we have the patch, the gray patch, which is the middle, and then of course you get the beak, and then I guess this bird is smiling.
Oh, as happy as can be.
Yeah, I mean it's a happy bird.
Yeah. It
All right,
might be the blue bird of happiness.
I'm doing the I did the beak, the middle of the beak in the middle of that line, the dip of the gray patch in the middle of the head. And then we did the upper eyelid, lower eyelid. We have to save the highlight, just like we did with the rabbits. Save the highlight, and then draw the iris and the pupil around that highlight. This is where it gets easy and interesting. The eye on the other side, you barely see any of it, but you have to acknowledge it. So there's a little chunk of the eye on the far side of the head. So cute. What I did for the bottom, just to acknowledge the bottom of the bird, I did 3 little lines for the toes, 3 little lines for the second toe. And it's almost like so satisfyingly, like just makes little bird feet. It just like reads like little bird feet. And gentlemen, the wings are also very pleasant and very beautiful. I mean, I'll do the right side wing first. So on both wings, the top of the wing is an S curve. So I'll show you on this side. So you get an S curve here. It's calm. It's not like an S like that, but it's a simple S, like a gradual S. And then the wing tips, the feather tips of the wing, kind of like layer, and they're just these little arches of the bottom of the wing. And it's just like so pleasant, and it just says bird wing like you couldn't believe. Now, the tips of the wings are dark, so we could shade those in. And this is how you want to think about it. The top of the wing is an S curve. The bottom of the wing has ridges. So if you look at the wing that's up above, it's in order to show that the wings are flapping, he does the wings in 2 separate positions. And in fact, this wing is almost reversed. So let's do it. So he's got this S curve of the top of the wing, and then the wing tips are layered. I'll try not to cover up my drawing that I did. So the wing tips are just these little arches that bring you back into the bird itself. The bottom of the wing, just like the rabbit, the belly of the rabbit was white, his back was gray. Same thing with this bird. So what you're seeing here is the underside of the wing, and the belly, both white. Now the top of the wing is going to be gray, and the top of the head is gray. That being said, the wingtips are actually dark, so I forgot to do that on this wing. So I'm going to darken these wingtips, feather tips, wingtips, however you want to call it.
Mr. Twist, I need to go, but this is as far as I got.
Teddy's coming. Teddy, ready, come.
No,
Oh,
don't forget the tail. There's a little teeny tail that sticks off the side.
Teddy's coming.
Okay, bye.
Have a great week, man.
You
take
too.
care.
Thank you.
Bye, Mr. Twist.
Brendan, it's good to see you, boss. If anybody wants to, I know it's time to go. So if you want to hold up your little birds, yeah, Brendan. Nice.
Okay, Brent. Oh,
I did
Brendan.
my candle on the other side
Yeah, the
because I
candle's
couldn't
great.
fit the bird and the candle.
That's okay. Let's see the
What?
candle again. Oh, I like that dripping wax.
That flame,
Nice.
that flame rules. All right, we'll see you next week, man. Anybody else?
Liam,
My bluebird looks more like an owl.
hold that away from the screen a little bit.
I like that flame too. It's hard to see that.
Bye.
Little bit more.
Ciao. You have to go.
Thank you. Well done.
Bye, everyone.
Next week.
Whew, Stacy, how about that, yo?
Yeah, Tucker has my napkin. Excuse me one moment. What you got there, Tuck Tuck? What? Oh, it's a big old paper towel? I don't think so.
Sorry, Tucker.
No. What's in your mouth? Thank you. Here's your ball. See, silly boy. It fell right out of my lap, huh? Okay, Trevor, do me a favor, please.
Yes.
Okay, hold up your 3 dwarves.
One dwarf. Two dwarves.
Didn't you do more than one on one page?
I think we only did two, dude.
Oh, I did. Oh, well, can I see that?
Yeah, they're right here. Can you see them?
Okay. Yes, got it. Got it, got it. I didn't have them on the same page, but I got it now. Yeah, that was pretty, they were friggin' great.
Let's see.
Don't you think?